Hey y'all, I am live. This is my review for Next Gen NYC Ep.8, and this is the season finale of season 1. We are, at the end of the road. Like, I'm so glad this show was a success, and there's already talk of season 2 as well as an LA version. Look, I gave this show, like, go back to episode 1. I was very skeptical of this show, and my expectations were pretty low. But by episode 2, they really grabbed me. And I'm glad I was like one of the first content creators that was on it. I stuck with it. And it was a good show. And Bravo would be foolish not to capitalize off of this. Also, shout out to y'all who voted in the poll earlier today. That was fun. Like, it was literally like a 1%, 2% difference. Now, if you're just coming in here wondering what the hell is going on, I have 2 reviews coming up today. This one as well as Basketball Wives. And since I was, done taking my notes for both, I wanted to let y'all choose which one y'all wanted to see first. And it was like 49 to 51%. And then all of a sudden, like at the very end of the 2-hour mark, Next Gen NYC won with 52%. Like, that was super close. So thank y'all for y'all's participation in the poll. And let's get into this review. So we are continuing from the last episode where Riley let Georgia have it and also was feeling like Ariana didn't have her back. We open the next morning and, it's the final day of this Jersey Shore trip. Adriana feels bad that she didn't have her girl Riley's back. And we also see a flashback from the previous evening where Riley tells this to Ariana privately. She didn't appreciate that, all she heard was Riley calling Georgia dumb and immediately just took Georgia's side, without even assessing the situation. So Riley's just telling her, basically, have my back in the beginning and then ask questions later. You didn't know what happened. So, she just felt, I guess, on an island after, her girl Ariana went to Georgia's side. Oh, thank you so much. Your boy is 40 now. 40. Ain't no 39. So I am in a new decade. I am very happy. 40 feels fierce, fabulous, fun, and I am fuck ninja free. Let's just say that. But thank you. I had a great birthday. I had to recover yesterday. That's why y'all didn't get any reviews or anything like that. So yeah. Anywho, later they're all having breakfast outside. Again, we get the needless the commentary from Brooks because producers keep trying to make fetch happen with this individual. Like, Brooks was like one of the worst parts of this show. I want to say, like, Charlie even gave. Like, I would say Brooks is down there with Ava. And who else? Yeah, I think Ava is just the only one who really did a piss poor job, and I think Brooks did too. But yeah, Riley's at the table silent and very visibly upset. They ask her what's wrong, and she just feels like it's different rules for her when it comes to speaking her mind, which it is. It does seem like that. Gia, of course, is not getting the point, and I'm glad her boyfriend shut her ass up at the table. If you don't like what she has to say, then don't talk to her. Don't police how she feels about things. Brooks goes over to comfort Riley once she starts to get upset. Charlie is just sitting at the table, not giving the slightest of fucks what's going on. He seems to be over it. But it seems like at the table, the majority, like, of the people there actually understands where Riley is coming from. The mood is then lightened by a very large group of seagulls just flying over their table, wreaking havoc, and then breakfast is over. I'm glad that they had this little comic relief because the scene did need it. Oh, let's see. Ava wasn't missed at all. This was a boring finale. Last week's episode would have been a better finale. Now, see, I'll meet you halfway on this. I felt like they hurried up and just wrapped shit up, like right afterward. I still was entertained, but I feel like it's their first season, y'all. I'm gonna cut them a little bit of slack. Like it just felt like, they just used a bunch of stock footage at the end to, display their point, followed by some mess at the end. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was a boring finale, but I do think it was a rushed finale. But again, it's their first season. I feel like they can course correct. They have a great cast. So yeah, we will see. We shall see. Ava has no work ethic. Neither does Brooks. Ooh, ooh, clocked it. Bull's eye. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Appreciate it. Tips aren't required, but are greatly appreciated. Cash App $CDiggy1, as well as Venmo Chris-Diggins. Thank you. So moving on, later we see Georgia and Charlie. They're all buddy now, and she shares with him that her and her boyfriend are now in a committed relationship. We'll see how long that lasts. Next scene, we see the cast heading back to New York. On their way back, I guess Georgia was getting frustrated, like with the pit stops that they were making, and she just says she wants to go home, like she wants to get on the road. So she gets her boyfriend to call her an Uber from where they are back to Manhattan, which I'm sure was at least like nothing under $150 Uber ride. So then she takes Charlie with her, and the cast is like, well, so much for that irreparable relationship. And then this already reignites the privilege argument that she had the other night, and it's not aging that well for her at the moment. Like, if you could just call your boyfriend up, oh, hey, babe, I'm outside of New Jersey right now. I'm trying to get home fast as possible. Can you get me an Uber back to the city? Thanks. He surely did it. Oh, let me turn my notifications off. Focus. All right. So then, speaking of that, the privilege argument, in Riley's car, they're all talking about her club idea and where she's getting the money. And when Riley says her boyfriend is investing, Amira's like, good luck with that, because she basically implies that he's a well-known scammer. Google him. Something about him, I think, looked scammy, and he's always on camera in the same disheveled, ill-fitting business suit. Did y'all notice that? Like, something about him, I don't know. Like, I could not see him investing in anything. He seemed like one of those scammers where, oh, this is my power suit where, I can trick people. That's what it was giving me. Anyway, next scene, the cast is back in New York City. Meanwhile, we see Ava. She made it to her precious Dolce & Gabbana event that she ditched Brooke's birthday party for. Turns out she only went for 30 minutes because of traffic. And this event was just some cheap influencer, like hobnob, that didn't even look exclusive at all. Like, it was literally, well, we'll get to that. But we're now getting a montage of the cast in the city. I really don't care that, Privileged Brooks is overwhelmed working for his mommy. Sorry, y'all, I don't care. I've been fast forwarding all the Brooks scenes. If you want to hear about Brooks, you might have to go to another content creator. I ain't talking about it. Fast the fuck forward. And Jesus Christ, I hate his voice. And especially when he's talking to his deadpan sister. Like, they're almost like wannabe Kardashians to me. Well, mother, I feel like so stressed. I don't understand. Like, it's so hard working for my mom. Oh my God, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Please, if y'all got to bring Brooks back, bring him as a friend of. A friend of is fine. let me see. Oh, they said Kayla was on the show to defend Riley, but they cut that scene. She probably went off. Kayla was on the scene on the show? For real? Wow. That's another thing because I thought Kayla definitely lived there, or they could have at least did like a scene with her stepsister. Let's see. Right, they was raised in Utah. Why do they talk like that? I don't even think they live in Utah, low key, because the sister on Watch What Happens Live says she lives in New York, and I think Brooks lives in New York too. I just think Meredith, she's conveniently in Salt Lake City, but her home is in New York. I think. I'm just saying. Um, yep, I want her to be on the cast, but she did a scene and I think she went in on one of the whites. Well then. Well then. So then next we're with Georgia talking about this bowling night club with her boyfriend. And the more she talks about it, the dumber it sounds. And her boyfriend is just like, okay, okay. And I think he's just telling her what she wants to hear so he can keep sleeping with her. Next, we're with Ariana and Riley one-on-one and discussing the trip. Riley says she told her therapist that she felt like this whole trip set her back. First and foremost, I wish I had a therapist at 21 at her age. Second, the Charlie shade that I don't want to be like him when I'm 29 fighting with everybody. Oh, I felt that shade. Like it blew me back into my seat. Damn, Riley. I don't want to be like you when I'm 29. Ariana then apologizes to her again and wants her to know that she really cares about their friendship. I think these two were the best part of the show, and I would so be here for a spinoff with just the two of them because they've shown that they basically carried this show. Next scene, we see Georgia will be having a trial run for Club at a bowling alley she's renting out for a party. This is the next event that the entire cast is all going to. And then afterwards, we see Brooks pitching to get an investment from his parents. Fast forward. And then side note, I want to say Meredith Marks is officially a friend of on this show. She has low-key been in all 8 episodes, I believe. Prove me right. I mean, or prove me wrong in the comments, but I really do think she's been in every single episode. Next scene, Charlie's meeting up with George's boyfriend. His name is Omar. Again, he's wearing that same dingy, disheveled suit with the crooked tie. The gist of their conversation, Omar lets Charlie know that it was disrespectful how he talked to Georgia. Charlie apologizes, and then afterwards, they're all broy and having some crypto talk. It's basically scammers bonding. Next is the day of Georgia's event. We're with Brooks talking to Amira on FaceTime, and she's in Paris, so she's not going. They get on the topic of Ava and how she didn't make Brooks' birthday plans in the Jersey Shore. We see in a flashback that Ava apologized, but she's totally lying about how she couldn't make it. Like the event was on Friday. Brooks' event, well, their trip was Wednesday to Friday. She could have just went Wednesday, left Thursday evening, went back to the city, and then went on Friday since it was at Friday at 5 p.m. Like we saw the invitation, girl. Like you made up so many excuses. She definitely could have made the event. Like if Shy made the event and he had to work, then you could have too, and you're supposed to be closer to him. Brooks says it was an important event for her career. And Amira's like, girl, please. I got invited to the same event and it was a pop-up. Not even a store opening, a pop-up. Like Amira then shares the invite with production, and this is the mess that I want to see. We see every detail about that invite. And she really canceled on her friend for a 3-hour pop-up event that she went to for 30 minutes. Amira says she thinks it's fucked up, and I agree. I would be pissed if I was Brooks. Let's see. They are formerly Chicago-based, where she's from. I repped her line years ago. Her husband was always in a different city because of work. Okay, for T. Thank you for that. Riley is really doing her thing on this show. I liked her on Atlanta, and I love her on this show. I just hope she doesn't go down the Nene route with her nose. I don't think she got any work done. Thank you, Ginger. Love your reviews, Chris. One of the few I watch religiously. You actually live life, so your perspective is respected and trusted. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We have over 50 people in the room. Make sure you give a ninja a like, please. I have 16,500 subscribers these days. If you're not subscribed, why aren't you? Why aren't you? So then fast forward, everyone is arriving to Georgia's event. It's really just a party at a bowling alley. Nothing is really groundbreaking about it. Her boyfriend is still in that same suit. The same suit. Like, it's just something here. It's just so suspicious to me. But from the cast reactions to the event, they all owe Riley an apology because it was not a good idea. Nothing about it is elevated. The vending machine only accepts quarters. There's probably no top shelf liquor at the bar. There's nothing nothing being passed at the event, an hors d'oeuvre, anything. It's like fries in those little carts, those little cardboard red and white carts that you get at like a fair or something like that. Like, it's just basic. Like, it's nothing about it screams luxurious or different or progressive. They're just having a party at a bowling alley. It is insane. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with bowling, because I'll be the first to go to a bowling alley with friends, because I'm very competitive. But the thing is, it's so funny. Like, I would love to go bowling and I would love to do some karaoke. Both can be overpriced, but fun, still fun. But I need to find some friends that want to do that. Anywho, later the main cast is discussing Ava's absence at Brooks' party, and Brooks, being the weakling that he is being coached by the girls on how to confront Ava about it. Ariana's talking and doesn't even realize Ava is right behind her, and it gets so awkward after that. Like, she was just caught red-handed. So then Brooks asks Ava about the event, that she went to, because he got more information from Amira. And then Ava's given every bullshit excuse. She even has the nerve to say, well, I don't even think Amira was invited. Well, she was, because she gave the invite to production. We saw it. Meanwhile, Gia, she successfully in this moment does not insert herself in the conversation. Like, even though I actually wouldn't have mind if she did interject, because Ava was definitely like weaseling out of accountability, and Brooks was just letting her. So after that, he just lets her get away, with missing out his party for a cheap Dolce & Gabbana event, because again, he has no backbone. So they agree to move forward on that. So later we see Georgia pitching her idea to Omar and his friend, who also looks like a scammer. The party continues, and it looks like it was a success, mostly because it was probably free for everybody. There was nothing elevated about that event at all. It was just a bowling party. So the next scene, we are winding down the episode. And this is the part I was talking about earlier, y'all. Like, I don't think they knew how to end the episode or the season. So we're just getting a montage right now of time going by. We start from the end of summer going into fall. The most interesting thing I picked up on was how Georgia moved in with Omar, her boyfriend. And we still see he has not worn anything different outside that suit. Like, it's so crazy because not only is it dingy and it looks dirty, it's also ill-fitting. Like, you can see his tiny hands come out these big ass sleeves. Like, he probably stole that suit. He probably stole the suit. Don't even have enough money to get the shit taken in or anything. Anyway, we then go into winter, and the mess amongst the cast is basically how Georgia broke up with her scammer boyfriend after a fight on their vacation. Cut to her in her confessional and talking about it. And then we see a TikTok that she did saying that he cut her off financially and then left her stranded, allegedly, in Singapore. Like, wow. Like, not only did y'all get into a fight in another country, he left your ass there. That is crazy. And then, while she was in Singapore, he kicked her out and had all her things shipped to Charlie's apartment where she's now staying. Just wow. I mean, if you got to end the season on anything, end it on that mess. End it on that mess. I was gagged. Like, wow. It seemed like he was using her like from jump. Now, I will say it looks like Charlie was right when he said earlier in the season that, bitch, you were homeless. You were homeless. I'm not sure about being dirt poor, but he did call out that she didn't have a place to stay. And he came through for her. And it looks like he came through for her again. Speaking of Charlie, he said he still talks to Omar because they do business together. Scammers scamming together. Georgia seems to be in good spirits, even though she was done very dirty. And then we get one more montage with Ariana, and that is where the season ends. Excuse me. I really enjoyed this season as a whole. Definitely great for a first season. My score for the entire season would be, I would say, an 8.5, and the 0.5 is the potential that it has to last at least 2 to 3 more seasons. Like, they have a hit on their hands, I believe. So yes, out of 10, I'm gonna give it an 8.5, like, collectively. I definitely want to see this show come back. The cast members, I don't think Ava needs to return, but I think she wants to now because she realized how popular the show is or was. I would love to see more of Shy. I think a lot of people liked him. I don't think Charlie's coming back because, I don't know. He doesn't talk with the cast. He hasn't talked to anybody. But it looks like they're going to have to get a new villain. Amira, she definitely came through by the end of the season. I see why they added her on, because at first she was hardly in it, but then she definitely clocked in once the season progressed. Who else am I missing? Brooks, friend of energy. Like, if he gets a backbone next season, maybe he can stay, but please let's not have his parents in every episode. Gia, I really think she was gagged. Like, she thought that, I was going to be the star. I was going to be the standout. But the thing is, girl, you didn't live in New York. You were in Jersey. You didn't really have much of a storyline. You interjected yourself. You were on the wrong team. But yeah, I really do appreciate her I do appreciate her on Watch What Happens Live, giving her account on the show and being very reflective. I was like, wow, she did that. Like, I want Gia to come back. She should. But I really thought she was really accountable for her actions on Watch What Happens Live. I really liked seeing that. Afterward, let me see. Am I missing anybody else before I get to the top 2? Oh, Georgia. Georgia, definitely, I would like to see her back. She's definitely a foil. She's a good foil, and she can go from villain to getting along with everybody. So definitely, I would like to see Georgia back. Um, Ariana, of course, like I think she was one of the highlights of the season. She was the first guest of the show on Watch What Happens Live. And she also has, just so much drama going on in her background. And I think just the audience likes her. Keep that momentum, girl, please. And then my vote for the MVP. I mean, a lot of people have been saying Ariana, but the MVP was definitely Riley Burris. Shout out to her. She did the damn thing. She blew me away. I did not expect to get this Riley on the show. She was authentically herself. She definitely spoke her mind. That is Candy Burris's daughter. I wish her all the success. She really has a future on this show. Hopefully, they pick this up for another season. I was so proud watching Riley. I really was. So yeah, that is my choice for season MVP. Anything else? I remember y'all. Let me see. So also, let me see. Chris, have you heard about the show getting the LA spinoff? Of course. Of course. Cynthia's daughter, Adrian Malouf's sons. Yeah, I'm here for it. And then get Kyle's daughters on there too. So we're gonna get Kyle appearances, a Cynthia appearance. You know Cynthia gonna be on a Bravo show. You know she's gonna be on a Bravo show. So already there, I'm cool with it. So I think this is a great idea. They need to pick the cameras up now for New York City. They really do. Maybe add 2 more people. Get a villain in there. Get a villain in there. Like we need to get a villain to replace Charlie. But anywho, I would love to know what y'all thought about the season. Who was y'all's MVP? Did y'all enjoy it as much as I did? But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna give me a little break. I'm still recovering from yelling a lot this weekend, getting drunk. So, yeah, I've just been chilling out today in New York. But anywho, look out for my Basketball Wives review. I have a lot to say, and I also want to say some stuff about Chantel's interview with Carlos King. I saw that interview too. My eyes were rolling to the back of my head. But yeah, I'll be back on here at 4:00. So I hope to see y'all back for that review. With that, make sure you like.